You're here for a deep dive. And today, we're looking into a pretty unsettling story, actually.
Yeah. What do we got?
We've been watching this online horror piece. It's an animated story on YouTube.
Okay.
It's called Serbian Dancing Lady, Scary Story in Hindi King. Horror story. Scary story. Horror stories. Comes from the Horror Animation Hindi TV channel.
Ah, okay. So it's in Hindi.
The narration is, yeah. But the visuals, the story it tells, that's universal. And that's what we're going to explore.
Gotcha. So what's the plan? The mission?
Simple, really. We want to figure out how this story builds that, that creeping dread. And really get to grips with the ending because it's quite a twist.
Right. So dissecting the mechanics of fear in this animation. It's interesting how something seemingly straightforward can spiral into something really disturbing for the viewer.
Exactly. So let's dive into the actual story. We start with David. He's presented as just, an ordinary young guy in Serbia.
Mm-hmm.
And the scene opens late at night. She's driving home, just dropped off his friend Liza. And it's that classic setup, right? An empty highway.
Oh yeah, instant isolation. Always creepy.
Totally. And he's tired, wants to get home, maybe speeding a little bit.
That empty highway detail, it really, it puts you on edge immediately. No witnesses, no help nearby. It taps into that real primal fear of being alone, vulnerable.
Yeah, and his tiredness too.
That's a clever touch, isn't it? It subtly suggests his perception might be a bit off, makes you question things later.
Absolutely. And then, boom, out of nowhere, there's a girl.
Where?
Just standing right in the middle of the road,
Oh.
dancing, with her back to him.
Whoa, okay.
He has to slam on the brakes, nearly hits her. Imagine that shock, just sudden chaos.
Your heart would be pounding. What does he think?
Oh, his first thought seems to be, maybe she's unwell, disoriented, not necessarily like a ghost or something.
That makes sense. The rational explanation first.
Yeah, his initial assumption, it's a key bit of misdirection, really. It makes you and him see it as maybe sad or concerning, not immediately terrifying.
Right, which makes the later stuff hit harder when that rational idea just completely falls apart, plays on our need to make sense of things, even weird things.
So he decides to just drive past her, probably just wants to get away from the weirdness.
Can't blame him there.
But even as he pulls away, you can feel it. That unease is still there, that image. It just sticks, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure. Because it's unexplained. Why is she there? Why dancing like that? In the middle of the night, these questions just they fester. And the story makes you feel that discomfort, too.
So he gets home. House is empty. Parents are away. More isolation.
Yeah, amps it up again.
He can't sleep, obviously. Flips on the TV, tries to distract himself. But, that image from the highway, it's stuck in his head.
I bet.
And then...
Yeah. No.
Yeah. He hears this weird noise outside his window. Goes to look. And there she is.
Same girl.
The same girl, dancing under a lamppost right outside his house.
Wait, how could she possibly get there before him? He was driving.
Exactly. That's where the story really cranks up the fear.
Yeah.
It's impossible, right? She couldn't have overtaken him.
Okay, yeah, that's the turning point. We're leaving maybe explainable behind and heading straight into definitely inexplicable. The rules are starting to break down. Classic horror escalation.
And it gets even creepier. She stops dancing
Oh.
and looks directly up
Yeah.
at his window. The story really emphasizes how still she is, just staring.
That silent stare after the word dancing, that's genuinely chilling.
Sends shivers down your spine. Yeah. Right. So understandably, he's totally freaked out, switches off the TV, plunges the room into darkness, like he's trying to hide.
Yeah, trying to break that connection, become invisible, but it kind of backfires, doesn't it? Makes him more vulnerable, alone in the dark with this presence just outside. Plays on that fear of what's lurking just out of sight.
Then things start happening inside the house, his safe space. He wakes up later, finds the light off in the next room. He's sure he left it on.
Little things, unsettling.
Gets that horrible feeling, like he's not alone in his own room.
Mm-hmm.
Then he finds the balcony doors open.
Okay, that's not subtle.
But a dustbin's knocked over in the dining room. His first thought now is, okay, maybe an intruder? A rational fear given the door?
The intrusion into the home, yeah, that's a powerful violation. It shatters that sense of safety.
Right.
And those small things, the light, the door, they create this creeping dread, sometimes more effective than a big jump scare, letting your imagination run wild.
He's panicked. Here's a sudden noise, we don't even know what, and he does something totally irrational.
What?
He jumps off the balcony.
From fear.
Pure terror. He injures himself, obviously, landing badly.
Yeah.
But then he looks up
Don't say it.
She's still there, on the balcony he just jumped from, just staring down at him.
Oh, that's horrifying. No escape. His desperate move did nothing.
That balcony jump, it's just pure instinctual fear taking over. Rational thought is gone. And the fact she's still there, unmoved, watching, it makes her seem relentless, maybe supernatural. Like normal escape tactics are useless.
So what does he do? He's injured, terrified.
He flees, runs to his friend's house, lies his place, presumably, spills the whole crazy story. Thankfully, his friend believes him, takes him in for the night.
Okay, some relief. Getting away from the house might help.
You'd think so.
Yeah.
Logically, yes. But the story quickly pivots. Shows us the threat might not just be tied to that house or even just to him seeing her.
How so?
The next morning, he calls his parents, still shaken up, tells them everything. His dad's concerned, tells him to go to the police, says they'll be home that night. Standard parental advice.
Right, okay. Seems normal enough.
Then the phone rings. But it's for David's friend.
Uh-oh.
It's news of a fatal car accident. 2 people involved. And it was on the same route David's parents would have been taking home.
No. Oh my God.
And the last call, made from the driver's phone in that crashed car, it was to David's friend.
That is brutal. A brutal twist. So the weirdness, the dancing girl stuff, suddenly has these horrific real-world consequences.
Exactly. And to make it even worse, even more concrete, accident photos get sent to the friend's phone.
Wow. That detail about the last call, though, that's a chilling connection. It forces you to wonder, are these events linked? Could they be? It's an awful thought.
David is, as you can imagine, completely devastated. He ends up selling his house, who could live there after that, moves in with his aunt and uncle, just trying to cope.
Of course. Grief like that is overwhelming. Moving is probably an attempt to find some kind of stability, some safety after all that chaos and trauma is a natural response.
But the story isn't quite finished. There's one more horrible turn.
There's more.
Some time passes. He's looking through old photos of his parents on his phone, just remembering them.
Yeah.
Then he stumbles across those accident photos the police sent to his friend.
Oh, right, the ones from the scene.
And in one of them, he notices something in the car window. Just a blurry figure, but something feels deeply wrong about it. That unease starts creeping back.
Okay, this is it. The moment where the two threads the girl, the accident might actually converge. That blurriness probably makes it even worse, lets your mind fill in the blank.
He zooms in on the picture, and that's when it all clicks into place.
Yep.
The true horror.
What does he see?
The face
Yeah.
in the window. Blurry, but it's undeniably her. The same terrifying face of the dancing girl he saw twice that night.
Oh, man. So the photo provides the link. It shatters any lingering hope of a rational explanation. The implication is just terrifying. Was she in the car? Did she somehow cause it?
We don't know for sure, but the connection is made.
Yeah.
And the ending. Just chilling, David. Never seen again after finding that photo.
It just disappeared.
Vanished. And the story says the girl, the Serbian dancing lady, she still haunts that area. It just leaves you hanging with this deep sense of dread.
Yeah, it really does. David vanishing adds that final layer of disturbing ambiguity. Did he run? Or did she somehow get him too? The open ending just amplifies the whole unsettling story, leaves you with questions and that feeling of unease.
But for you, the listener, you're left thinking about this. What does it mean when something that seems unreal, maybe supernatural, has such devastating, concrete consequences in the real world?
Yeah, it's a heavy question.
Is this just meant to be a spooky story, for thrills? Or is it tapping into something deeper? Our anxieties about the unknown, maybe, about reality itself?
It feels like more than just a ghost story somehow.
I think so too. This deep dive, even though it's based on this online fiction, it presents this really disturbing clash between the everyday, the mundane, and the utterly terrifying.
Yeah, that collision is powerful.
It forces you to think about that fragile line between what we accept as real and the things we just can't explain.
Yeah.
It leaves you pondering, really, about fear, about loss, and about the unsettling idea that maybe there are things out there operating beyond what we understand.